Alright, so spawning in the bottom right, left-hand corner of the map, Daybreak, we have the Red Zerg Nightmare. And his opponent in the top right-hand corner of the map, as the blue Terran, is Zakiller. We're having a ZBT here, guys, and the point of this is to figure out what Zakiller can do better, what he fails at, what he can keep in his play. You know, we don't want to highlight what he just does wrong. We want to highlight what he does right, so he doesn't change that. So he is walling off. Very good, very good. Not getting the bear. Oh, my perfect timing on that barracks getting down. He did it on 12, though. He cut an SCV. So, no, you didn't. I don't know what I'm talking about. Getting a very fast depot here. You're cutting an SCV with that. Don't ever cut SCVs. Put the depot down on 14 if you have to. Don't cut harvesters, though. Bad Zakiller. Zakiller scouting. Okay, we're having a gas first here. This is very scary for Zakiller. Don't know what your opponent can be doing. You're getting a very fast double gas yourself. Interesting opener here. You took double gas extremely fast after you put your depots down, which means you're wanting the tech here. I don't necessarily agree with this. This is just a weird way to hide a build, but with with the new Overlord speed, how good Zergs have gotten at scouting, I mean, you might as well just do your normal gas starting. There's two ways you should do an opener. You either do the 12-13, get your gas, or you do a gases expand. You made it look like you're doing a gas expand. You're getting engineering bay. What the hell are you doing? Oh, Zakiller. Oh, Zakiller. Ugh. Why are you getting an engineering bay and then a factory? You don't need this engineering bay. You don't need an engineering bay until like the 7.5 minute. Can I send? Yes, you can send me a replay. Email to StarcraftSquadReplays@gmail.com. Fuck you, kid. Someone post the email to him in chat, guys. Yeah, I will analyze it. Cause I'm a boss like that. God, admins, do your job. Help out the new guy. The factory's halfway done. Again, you're getting a very fast +1 weapons. This is like extremely unnecessary, like ridiculously unnecessary. You need to go. I'm trying to figure out what build you're going. It looks like you're going to be going some form of Cloak Banshee expand. If you're doing this, you don't need this +1 weapon. You need the extra gas to get the Cloak and Banshees out and expand behind it. You also have to have a tech lab on this barracks. Your build is just all over the place, so I'm going to give you a pretty simple build you can do. I want you to go gases expand Zakiller. What it entails is getting your barracks on 12. You can get a second depot on 14 if you want to complete that while to deny gas or deny scouting. That's fine. From there, you build constant Marines, constant SCVs until you can have 400 minerals for your command center. You throw down the command center. You build a bunker right here, and from there, you immediately take your first and second gas. I hope you're taking notes, Zakiller. You're writing this shit down. But from there, you take your first and second gas as soon as you get your command center started. And then you go 1-1-1. You already have your barracks, so you're going to... You'll probably have about 5 Marines at this point. You're going to build your factory as soon as... Just 1 Rax for the most part. You're going to build your factory. As soon as your factory is started, you're going to build a reactor on your barracks. You're going to go for reactor Hellions. It's a slightly delayed reactor Hellions because you're doing the gas and expand version. And then you're going to, once the reactor's done on the barracks, and the factory's done, you build the starport, you lift the barracks over to the starport, build a tech lab. It's going to be reactor Hellions followed by a Cloak Banshee build. It's a nice way to get map control, contain, scout. From there, you can either go mech or bio. You can add on a bunch of barracks or add on a bunch of factories, whichever way you prefer. You're going to get your third gas around that 8.5 minute mark. Or fourth gas at the 8.5 minute mark. You're going to get your second gas around the 7 minute mark. Depending on if you're going mech or bio. Right now, you're just kind of doing weird shit. You're on one base way too long versus Zerg. You just can't do that. You're finally adding on a second barracks. You're floating a good amount of minerals. You don't have constant harvester production. You actually have a whole bunch of energy saved. You're up to 100 energy. There's a mule in your base that you're not taking care of. Or not a mule, a changeling rather in your base that you're not taking care of. Let's look at that income tab. You're 26 to 20, which is cool, but let's look at what you've scouted. You have no clue he's got lair. You do scout that he's got an expansion, but you have no clue at all. What's going on. So you already have stim, you're getting combat shield, you have +1 weapon, +1 armor on the way. You have 1 siege tank, 2 medevacs. All of what you're doing could have been done off of 2 bases a lot more efficiently. I mean, you're not really under sieged. You haven't really been pressured at all. You could have had this expansion up, had a lot more production. Underneath your medevacs, bruh. He's right there. So you're getting a reactor on one of your barracks, that's good. You're not having constant siege tank production, you only have 1 siege tanks. Your army is not keybound, you're looking like you're getting ready to do a drop. He's already got a shitload of wings, so it's probably not going to work. You're going to have +1/+1 + stim and combat shield, which is nice, Zakiller, but I mean, your build is just extremely inefficient at this point. I mean, you're floating 800 minerals right now, and you also have a command center building. So, I mean, you're just not macroing properly. You haven't built a siege tank in forever. You're just like saying, fuck it, I don't need a factory. Who needs a factory? So we're doing this drop, probably gonna fail. Well, you're saying in chat doesn't work. Yeah, this is not gonna work. I don't know how he was prepared for this. Oh yeah, he's changing. He's changing saw you moving out, so. You're getting an armory because you want 2 attacks soon, but you're still on 1 base, you're sitting 1,000 minerals. I mean, you gotta spend your money better, build more production facilities. Use your production facilities that you have, because you're not even building shit right now. You're trying so hard to commit to this drop when you really shouldn't be. Now you're dropping a marine and he gets to die a painful, painful death. Why are you committing to this, Zakiller? No, go home! Oh god, don't try and force your drops to work like this. It's okay to try and like find a hole to drop after a couple after 30 seconds to a minute with the one with Marines, but with the constant just pressure, look what you're doing back home. You're barely building shit. You mix some Marauders into your mix, you don't really need that. You scout the infestation pit and the spire, that's nice. It's not like you can start building turrets. You have your command center finally, but you're sitting on 1,500 minerals, man. That could be so much more units. You didn't build a single siege tank that entire time you were fucking around with your medevacs. You didn't build a single one. So now you've got this push coming across the map, you're not paying attention, it gets surrounded, you still have it stim. You actually don't have any of your medevacs or your armies keybound. That is the most important thing I have to tell you, is keybind your armies, keybind your... If you have 2 different groups of units, use 2 different keybinds. Keybind your freaking armies, though. Where's this medevac going? Okay, there it is. It's okay to keep this one on the map, to keep trying to apply pressure, but you're just now trying to take that 3rd base. Look how much energy you have saved up. You have 4 mules just sitting here. That's over 1,000 minerals just sitting around doing nothing. You gotta constantly use those mules. You gotta constantly expand. If you're ever sitting over 500 minerals, you need to build a command center. If you cannot spend that 500 minerals, no matter what, either add on more production facilities or expand. Again, you're not using your production facilities. You're still not even building shit right now. The only thing you're building right now is +2 armor, and you're building 3 barracks. Now you're starting to queue up shit. The starport should have a reactor on it by now. You scouted the spire and the infestation pit, and you're not building turrets. The moment you should have spouted that spire is you should have thrown down turrets. If you're going mech, you can throw down less turrets than normal and get a couple of 4s in each position, whichever you feel comfortable doing. Never have your siege tanks this exposed. Ever. These guys are like, hey, look at me, way the fuck up here. Lings get a huge surround on them, you lose all 3 siege tanks, your army's way back here. So now you're adding on more command centers, but you're still floating 2,000 minerals. You have these 3 barracks. Work on your Sim City, because right now if you want to put add-ons on these new barracks, you have to lift 2 of them off. Place your barracks built better. You need to learn building placements, you gotta figure this out easier. Because right now you have to pick them up and you have to build this one. Learn your building placements. Medevacs here, you have 4 of them, just saying, hey, Mulas, come snipe me! No, I know all 3 races. Very, very well. Income tab, guys, 37 to 34, so you're not having constant harvester production. You're adding another command center, but you're still floating at 2,200 minerals. You're just now getting your 3rd and 4th gas. You have all these depots here, that's fine. You're not getting close to supply blocking yourself yet. You got the starport finally. You're building Vikings for some reason. I don't really know why. You should be just going pure medevac. I don't care if you want to go for around sniping overlords. It's just silly. Siege tanks, very exposed, like I said. They need to be behind your army. You only have one engineering bay. I mean, at this point, you can really afford a 2nd engineering bay. You gotta get guys and gas immediately on your base. You have the 3 reactors, but you don't have... Oh, you do have them keybound, you're just not using them. Okay, that makes sense. Still not constant siege tank production. Siege tanks are very important. You're moving across the map. Be careful, because A, you're leaving without your siege tank. I don't know why the fuck you're doing that. B, your medevacs are way exposed, so when the mutas come attack, they're gonna have a free fucking kill of all these medevacs. Here comes your army. I don't know why you're moving out without your siege tanks. These lings are gonna destroy them. You're stimming forward. Well, he runs away, loses a lot. He's got Mutas going home to your base, though. Again, you scouted that spire as it was getting placed, and you don't have any turrets at all. So huge mistake. Stimming up here. Fungal growth is going to do a lot of damage to you. Will you actually lose a bunch of units there? Those will just barely live. Luckily, you have all these medevacs here. I don't know why you're not committing to this attack, because you just saw he used all his infestor energy, and you're just going to go all the way home when you could have a decent... I mean, you could clean this up right now with the army you have home. This isn't shit. I don't know why you're going home. Ling's got a huge surround. Your medevacs are healing you up. You're stimming. You're cleaning up the Mutalisk. That's good. You have a supply lead. Income tab. You're 22 to 53, though. It's okay. You have a huge fucking bank because you haven't been spending your minerals in the slightest, though. Medevacs healing you back up. I really wish you would have committed to that attack. You could have done a lot of damage there. He only has the 3 infestors. They all use all their energy. I love you, Jinx. Don't worry, bro. Hey, fuck you. I give you reduced price. So now you're going home. Again, you didn't push with your siege tanks. I have to put emphasis on that. He's got 2 Mutalisks just saying, fuck you, command center. Income tab, guys, 55 to 22. You're way behind. He's getting Hive Tech now. You do have +1 armor or +2 armor on the way. Again, you're not utilizing that siege tank. You still only have 3. Siege tanks are one of the most important things in this matchup. When it comes up to Ling Baneling or Ling Muta or Ling Infestor, anything that isn't Brood Lords, you need siege tanks for. Again, you're moving your army all the way across the map. Not really, or your medevac's way in front of your army. If he has infestors, which he does, he can fungal them off, kill them. You're preemptively building these Vikings, not the best thing. Upgrades your 2-2 versus his 2-2. You haven't dropped in a very, very long time. No, you should have crushed this Zerg. You were miles ahead the entire time. You had several opportunities to kill him. The Zerg should not have crushed you. You've had a huge bank. You should have crushed him. Looking at it the wrong way. So you take out his 3rd base, that is huge. Here comes his engagement. You're not spread at all. You back up. You need to stim versus these big Lings, though. Infestors are coming cute. This is when siege tanks really matter. If you would have had more siege tanks, you would have literally obliterated this infestor count. There goes a huge pop of units. He's on 3 infestors. You should have scanned those. Do you have enough for a scan right now? You do. Of course you do, because you are the most energy floating bastard I have ever met. The way I'm giving out the coaching lessons for today, Jinx, are through like a scavenger hunt type thing. If you can win one of those, then you'll get your free coaching. Income tab, guys, 20 to 48, so you haven't been real building harvesters. You took out his 3rd base, which is pretty fucking huge. He's actually not getting Hive Tech, so you're not getting the Brood Lords, which are going to really crush you. If you lose this game, Zakiller, I'm going to be like extremely disgusted. Now, he does have these infestors coming across the map. You could have killed these off if you would have scanned them. Now he's going to go for your very low mineral line. It's okay, though, because you still have 3,000 minerals floating. and now you're super supply blocked. You've been out of 121 supply, or out of like max at 121 supply for a very long time. Very long time. So he's taking a third base over here. You're going back home. There are oh, your SCV got denied here. So you have to know something's going on right now when you can't build your supply depots. Zakiller, you notice it. You notice it. Get the scans, Zakiller. You notice there's something preventing you building. Why aren't you scanning? Why aren't you scanning? You are seeing it happen. You are watching it happen, and you're not doing a thing about it. Oh my god. Damn it. You noticed it, but you're not killing the infestors. You're just letting them stay here. You thought it was glitched. You thought it was glitched. What the fuck does that mean, bro? You thought it was, yeah, my Zerg opponent was hacking. Oh, Zakiller. You are ridiculous, bro. So you're swimming out a small army. Did you see this base? Yeah, you scanned it. I do all race replays. All races. So you're taking out this hatchery. That's nice. You're contending them still on 2 bases. Why the fuck haven't you killed your opponent yet? You're 137 supply to 74. You've had several opportunities to kill this nerd, and you're not doing it. It is 3-3 versus 2-2. You're about to have 3 attack. You're microing. He's about to have Baneling speed. He's getting Ultra Den and Infestors. You're, oh my god, you're so supply blocked. You're so bad. Let's look at that energy. We're floating a lot of energy. Constantly use those mules. Constantly use those mules. Do I want to do that? I already told you, no. The way that I'm giving out free coaching is through a scavenger hunt. If you win the scavenger hunt, you get free coaching. Again, these infested Terran are just sitting here. I don't know what the fuck he's doing with them, waiting for you to move out. The free coaching is going to be through scavenger hunt, guys. If you want the free coaching, you're going to have to win the scavenger hunt. It's going to happen every other hour. Again, Zakiller, how do you lose this game? You're up 180 supply to 115. Oh, Zakiller. Oh, Zakiller. He's resecured his 3rd base. Let's look at his army. He's got speed banelings. He's got 3-3 infestor or 3-3 ultras. He's got the infestors. I know I'm coaching you Monday, Jinx. We discussed this already, bruh. We already discussed this, Jinx. Zakiller, I mean, I'm gonna go ×2 right now, because you ain't doing fucking shit, and this is boring. I can't believe, I can't believe you haven't... Like, you're still not moving out in the slightest. You're doing a drop right now. Both these medevacs are, like, dead, though. Why would you drop with the medevacs that are just gonna get one shot by a queen or a spore? There's a drop. All it takes is one queen going, LOL, I shoot you. So you stem forward. You have 3-2-3 armor on the way. Again, you're not moving out with your army. You're taking a 4th base, which is nice. But again, you're floating so much minerals. And now, let's look at that supply. At one point, you're almost up 100 supply. Zakiller. And now he's almost even with you. And Zerg is a race that if they get like one good Baneling Connect or one good Fungal, they will kill you instantly. It's just not the best, man. You know, you should have handled this better. So now you got all your Marines up here, but you left your Marauders and your Siege Tanks back over here, so you're not going to be defending this. It's just, you're warping it into Planetary finally, but here comes his engagement because you don't have your Siege Tanks up here as a killer, and you're not microing your army as a killer! now here are your Marauders able to help out. So with the siege tanks unsieged, you did finally use that infested Terran energy. If you had all your army together, you probably would have won. That engagement. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. But now he's actually ahead on supply. You are producing a lot now though, because you have the biggest fucking bank known to man. You're floating 3,000 minerals, 700 gas, so you can constantly produce Marines and Marauders at this point. Your medevac count is still very, very healthy. You lost your third base though. So you still have you're still ahead, dude. You're still not dead. So the fact that you've lost this game just blows my mind. Even after that poor engagement, you're still ahead. This is like ridiculous. So you're moving across the map. Now he's got lings here. You're not stimming, but you do have 3-3 versus 3-3. Taking out this mining base here. He did use the Infestor energy to kill off all your SCVs. You're doing a Doom Drop. Remember what I say about Doom Drops? Doom Drops fucking suck. Don't do Doom Drops, but at this point, I mean, I don't think it matters. I mean, you're up 78, supply to 104. Oh, Zakiller, you're not going to micro again, are you? Oh, you microed a little bit. You actually ran away from some of the banelings. So you're cleaning up all his shit. You got his hive, you got his spawning pool, you're getting his ultra den, his baneling nest, his macro hatch. I thought you said you lost this game. So you got a Ling counterattack going down here. You have plenty of units though you can send down to clean this up. He can't make up his mind where he wants to attack. Attack! Go down! Don't bring the medevacs home! What are you doing? No! Zakiller! Just leave them with the main army! So the Ultralisk are like kind of trying to kill these Marines, but they never got the Chitinous plating, or Chitinous plating, so they will not be able to kill the Marines. Or maybe, no, the Marines. So you clean up this push. Now you need to move across the map and finish him off. It's 60 supply to 93. He's got 3 more Ultras on the way. He still has those Infestors there. Back to ×2. I want you to go for the kill. He could drop Infested Terran here, but I mean, it's just mules at this point. You still got a huge fucking bank. This is his last spawning base. He's banking on 3 Ultras and 2. He's building 2 spawning pools right now. Just in case he loses one, I guess. So now you got this huge lead. 119 and 71. Maybe you'll actually kill him now. We'll have to see. So he pulls all his drones, and you're like, LOL, stim to glory. You have like 12 meta or 10 medevacs. Kill him! Where are you going? Zakiller, kill him! Why are you sending forward this small army? He's building 6 Mutalisks right now. I guess because you didn't kill the Spire. He also able to get out Infestors, but he didn't kill the Infestation bit. So he gets nice fungals there. But just because you have 10 medevacs makes you able to clean this up pretty easily. You almost lose all your Marines though. Maybe the medevac, the Mutalisks will be able to clean up your Marines. Yeah, so it's just Marauders versus a hatchery. But at this point, he's got nothing to build. It's with stimming from across the map. There's a GG, you won. So let's go over stuff. If you're ever floating over 600 minerals, I want to say for you, because you're probably going to be floating more than 400 or 500. If you're ever floating over 600 minerals and you can't spend it, throw it on a command center. And if you still can't spend your money, throw it on more production facilities. You really need to work on your opener, because you just kind of did shit, and that's not how you do stuff. Just build shit. You know, at your point in the game, you don't need to be aggressive. Just get max and then kill someone. Just focus on being because you spent like a good 4 minutes just trying to make that drop work where you weren't producing anything, and then you're still ahead. And then don't supply block yourself. That's the best advice I can give you, bruh. Best advice.